The People's Committee of Long Thanh District, Đồng Nai Province has just approved resettlement agreements of the Biên Hòa Vũng Tàu Expressway project for 812 households. Of these, 768 households have been resettled, while 44 households are being screened for lottery draw. The total number of households considered for resettlement under the Biên Hòa Vũng Tàu Expressway project is 1,689. Regarding temporary housing support, the locality has so far approved a support plan for 357 cases with a total amount of more than 5.6 billion Việt Nam đồng. To resettle households whose land was recovered for the Biên Hòa Vũng Tàu Expressway construction, Long Thanh District is implementing 2 resettlement areas. The Long Đức resettlement area in Long Đức Commune, Long Thanh District, has about 843 plots of land. Yesterday at the headquarters of Đồng Nai Provincial People's Committee, the government delegation led by Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà had a working session with the Đồng Nai Provincial People's Committee and related units on the station of supplying construction materials for the construction of key national transport projects in the province. Reporting at the meeting, representatives of the Ministry of Transport, Investment Units, and contractors of the projects said that because key projects in the region, as well as in Đồng Nai Province, are in the peak stage of progress, the demand for construction stone has increased dramatically. At the meeting, Chairman of Đồng Nai Provincial People's Committee Võ Tấn Đức said that, implementing the direction of the government and the Prime Minister, the province has agreed with the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment to address the investment certificates for stone mining projects according to the registered volume of the investors. Concluding the meeting, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà shared the difficulties and requested Đồng Nai Province to actually review and work specifically with mining sites and establish a working group on key projects in the province. The solution is to increase the capacity of the mines. The second solution is to extend the mines. Regarding the proposal to apply a special mechanism for the Long Thanh Airport and Ring Road 3 projects, the Deputy Prime Minister agreed with the proposal of the ministries, localities, and units. The companies must apply special mechanisms without loss, waste, or exploitation, and strictly implement regulations on special mechanisms. Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà also reminded the People's Committee of Đồng Nai Province to implement traffic diversion to facilitate the transportation of construction materials. Yesterday, more than 3,000 citizens of Đồng Nai Province joined the army, fulfilling their sacred duty to the fatherland. Speaking at the military enlistment ceremony, Chairman of the District People's Committee, Chairman of the Military Service Council of Trảng Bom District Lê Ngọc Tiếng congratulated and commended over 328 young people of the district who passed the military service and volunteer police duty to go to protect the fatherland in the spring of 2025. With a burning ideal, dear young people, please always carry within you the pride and revolutionary blood of your heroic homeland, the previous generation and the next generation. Lieutenant Colonel Bùi Tiến Dũng, Deputy Chief of Staff, Air Defense Division 377, Air Defense Air Force, representing the units, expressed gratitude to the political system of Đồng Nai, Trảng Bom District, and the young families who gave birth to and raised outstanding children. We hope that young people will promote the good traditions of the homeland, actively train and strive. At the military handover ceremony, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Chairman of the Provincial Military Service Council Võ Tấn Đức, Colonel Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Head of Logistics and Engineering of Military Region 7, together with leaders of the Provincial Military Command, members of the Provincial Military Service Council, Trang Bom District presented gifts, flowers, and encouraged the young men. Chairman of Đồng Nai Provincial People's Committee Võ Tấn Đức signed and issued Plan No. 45, KHUPND on training cadres, civil servants, and public employees working on green transformation and net zero by 2025 in Đồng Nai Province. According to the plan, nearly 300 people will participate in the training program on climate change and carbon emission reduction plan, abbreviated as Net Zero Plan, greenhouse gas inventory and greenhouse gas emission reduction, carbon credit exchange, and green growth. This number of people is divided into two groups. Subject 1 is the head and deputy head of the steering committee on green growth of Đồng Nai Province, leaders of departments, branches, and equivalents. Subject 2 is civil servants, public employees, and leaders of specialized departments. The purpose of the program is to train cadres to have an understanding of climate change, net zero plan, green transformation, and so on. In the latest draft proposal to develop a new personal income tax law replacement that the Ministry of Finance sent to the government, the ministry proposed to study and address the progressive tax schedule for income from salaries and wages of individuals in the direction of reducing the number of tax rates of the current tax schedule from 7 rates to an appropriate level. At the same time, consider widening the income gap and tax brackets, ensuring higher regulation for those with income at high tax brackets. Clause 2, Article 22 of the Personal Income Tax Law stipulates a progressive tax schedule applied to income from salaries and wages with 7 tax brackets: 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%, and 35%. According to the Ministry of Finance, the general trend implemented by some countries recently is to simplify the tax schedule. The government has issued a resolution on submitting to the National Assembly Standing Committee for comments on reducing land rent in 2024 and issued a government decree regulating the reduction of land rent in 2024. In order to have more resources to support businesses and people to cope with difficulties and challenges in the coming term, promptly support localities affected by Storm No. 3 Yagi, and prepare for natural disaster scenarios, the government agrees to submit to the National Assembly Standing Committee for comments on reducing land rent in 2024 and issue a government decree regulating the reduction of land rent in 2024. After receiving the approval of the National Assembly Standing Committee, the Ministry of Finance will submit to the government for promulgation a decree regulating the reduction of land rent in 2024.